Welcome back. We are so very excited for this next interview. You may know her from maybe her time back in the Medora musical all the way back in 1999, or her time on The Voice, where you couldn't help but sing along when she sang Fleetwood Mac. With us now, we have Kat Perkins. Welcome back to the show.
Thanks so much for having me.
Okay, I want to ask you, we're going to have you sing for us, but right off the bat, I want to ask how you're doing, and I just also want to give you some props. You have the coolest background. I love that. Like your decorating is like fierce there. Cats with beautiful hair.
Well, you can't resist an Amy Winehouse cat and a Katy Perry cat when it comes to decorating, I think for sure.
I love it.
I'm doing really well because I get to spend time here in this amazing house that I've decorated. So there's an upside to this whole quarantine and pandemic thing that I think I'm really finding now, where I get to be creative. I have some time. I get to be with my cats, my real live cats somewhere. They'll probably bombard the screen at some point.
I love that. And so you have been creative. You've also been sharing some of your creative talents as well. We heard you're doing some curbside concerts in the Twin Cities. Can you tell us about those?
Yes. So I took a couple weeks to just sort of like brainstorm what was going to be next in this, in these uncertain times, right? And being upended and unemployed. So one of the things, I have an amazing neighborhood. Once again, I don't spend much time at my house because I tour so much. So I was social distancing with my neighbors, and I thought, what a cool thing if we could sing to our neighbors, especially the ones that are elderly and they can't get out. And so I just decided to start doing it. And the weather was really nice, and we made sure we stood on the curbside and we sang for our few neighbors. And suddenly the news came out and covered it, and now my phone is ringing off the hook to come to everyone's block and cul-de-sacs.
Well, most of us are like bored, like crazy. So this is a good thing. You are in demand when everyone else is just looking for something to do. Can we back up to, when everything kind of shut down? You mentioned you had been touring. Kind of where are you right now in your career?
Yeah, I spend about 50-50 in my career doing motivational speaking and music concerts. So when it comes to the winter time, January, February, March, that there's not as many music festivals to play with my band, and not a lot of gigs that happen. So most of the winter is spent doing motivational speaking. And now this year I've done a ton of corporate speaking. So if you remember a few years back, I started out sort of speaking in schools and speaking to kids and elementary students and high school students. And that just sort of morphed into this awesome corporate speech where I do a lot of different corporate trainings and conferences for small business and women. And I revolve around my song Fearless. And my message is also called Fearless. And I talk about taking that fearless approach to life, kind of what I learned on The Voice, what I learned going through that process, and just being in the music industry in general.
Wow, I love that. I would love to hear one of your speeches as well. I think you could motivate all of us. Where can people get more information on your motivational talks?
Yeah, so everything is super easy. You can find all about what I do at katperkins.com. And you can also contact me there if you have an event you'd like me to come speak at or sing at. And then on social media, it's Kat Perkins Music.
I love that. So you're motivating really, whether it's music or you're speaking. So that it makes sense that you're doing both. Can we talk a little bit about maybe your family and friends? Is everybody still doing all right with where we're at right now in this upturned life of ours?
Yeah, I definitely checked in on my musician friends immediately, because when I started losing all my gigs and I had to cancel my camps that I do. The one in North Dakota in Medora, we had to cancel because of this whole thing. And so there was so much bad news happening and so much devastation and unemployment. So I checked in with my musician friends, and everyone was just sort of reimagining things. A lot of people are going live on Facebook and Instagram doing concerts and trying to spread joy to people and bring joy into their houses with music. Same with my family. My family's all out here in Minneapolis now, and they're doing well. Actually, my mom and my dad are helping their community, of course, because that's where I learned all this philanthropy from. My mom is doing curbside lunches for kids that are doing homeschooling, and my dad is an IT guy for a middle school, so he's helping all the kids set up their iPads and helping all the parents doing digital learning.
I love that. And one of the things you're doing tonight, in addition to your curbside concerts, it sounds like you're going to do a virtual concert as well on social media, and it's going to benefit the Great Plains Food Bank. Can you talk a little bit about how you got connected with them?
Yes. So, going live on these concerts, I've self-indulgently done it for myself a lot, but I thought, how can we do this to raise money for the other things that are just bigger than us, right? And I'm originally from Scranton, North Dakota, so I immediately looked in North Dakota, like, what is the immediate needs that we can hopefully raise money for? And the Great Plains Food Bank came to mind, and they were so into the idea. And I have a bunch of friends that helped me decide on this one as well, because they think it's such a great cause. And of course, providing meals at this time, anything's going to help a lot for people that can't get their hands on food in this uncertain times. So we're going to go live, and there's going to be a donate button right on the feed, and it's at Perkins Music or Great Plains Food Bank, and you can donate right there. And I did something really fun tonight. So in addition to singing my favorite songs and a lot of the songs that I've sung on The Voice and stuff, I'm going to tell some stories. And I've inserted trivia questions into tonight's live feed, so you can play Cat Perkins trivia.
Oh, I love that. Okay, well, good stuff. We want to hear a little something from you, so we're going to take one quick break, and then maybe you'll sing for us.
Sounds good. I'll do it.
All right, we'll be right back here on North Dakota Today.